The ThinkPad X1 Extreme, once a 15-inch laptop that competed with the Dell XPS 15 and other strong laptops in the class, is Lenovo's most powerful non-workstation ThinkPad. The ThinkPad X1 Extreme boasts the quickest components and the most aggressive thermal designs, which Lenovo has taken to the next level with the 4th iteration. This isn't the laptop for you if you want a sleek, lightweight design. The latest edition of Lenovo's ThinkPad line, in the grand heritage of the ThinkPad brand, prioritizes function over form. And while the Gen 4 is tremendously powerful and dependable, with all of its components configured exactly as they should be for optimal performance, it's still the distinctive black rectangle that Lenovo fans have come to either love or detest over the years. This, however, isn't a terrible thing. The problem is that it's still a lot bigger than the Dell XPS 15, which measures 13.57 by 9.06 by 0.71 inches and weighs 4.22 pounds. When you compare the two, the ThinkPad appears to be much larger. It's mostly due to the ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 4's wider bezels, which give it an old-school look despite the current higher display. The MSI Creator Z16, a new contender with a 16:10 16-inch display, measures 14.13 by 10.08 by 0.64 inches and weighs 5 pounds. It has narrower bezels than the ThinkPad, yet it's still deeper. Strange. Overall, the ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 4 appears of a huge laptop, but because to its lightweight, it doesn't feel like one. The bottom chassis is made of aluminum alloy, while the lid is made of 4 layers of reinforced carbon fiber. I'm not sure how Lenovo managed to keep the weight down without utilizing magnesium alloy, but they did, and the laptop is very comfortable to hold. It has the ThinkPad's signature soft touch finish and is exceptionally comfortable to hold. It's also quite rigid, with only the tiniest bend in the lid and no give in the keyboard deck or chassis bottom if you try hard enough. The Dell XPS 15 is more rigid all around and hence feels more robust, although the difference isn't huge. The Gen 4 model is at least as durable as the Gen 3, placing it among the best in its class in terms of build quality, and it comes with the standard MIL STD 810G ruggedness certification. Lenovo made some interesting decisions with the display on the Gen 4 in my opinion. When compared to the Gen 3, the screen of this laptop has grown from 15.6 to 16 inches. It also has a taller 16:10 aspect ratio than previous versions, allowing you to see more of your Slack discussions or anything else you're doing at once. However, it does so at the expense of a divinely sent 4K OLED HDR touchscreen. That was without a doubt one of the best features of the Gen 3, thus the disappointing WQXGA 2560 by 1600 non-touchscreen has me yearning for more. The only thing that makes it worse is the utter lack of an OLED configuration upgrade. All its IPS from here on out. Nonetheless, for an IPS display, this screen is certainly good. It creates a vivid and clear image with adequately bold blacks, pristine whites, and lively colors. Colors appear to be quite realistic, albeit a tad duller than what a good OLED might offer for those who care. The display covers 100% of sRGB, but only about 80% of Adobe RGB, though upgrading to the WQXGA display will likely improve that. Overall, the display of the Gen 4 is more than capable of handling everyday picture editing, graphic design, and other creative tasks. The 1200:1 contrast ratio on the display looked great, and everything from cartoons and action flicks to the images I edit every day looked great on it. When I was in a bright environment, the anti-glare display got nice and bright, maxing out at 400 nits, making it easy to see documents, conversations, YouTube videos, and everything else clearly as day. In comparison to other IPS screens I've seen, I believe the Gen 4's display is about as excellent as you'll find on a productivity laptop. Although the lack of an OLED panel is unfortunate, the screen I used is wonderful. With 100% sRGB coverage and 83.5% DCI-P, 3-color gamut coverage, the color gamut support is excellent. The latter is only 0.5% behind the Dell XPS 15's OLED. At 400 nits, the panel is quite bright. Both Lenovo and Dell use Intel's 11th generation processors, which are available in Core i7 and Core i9 versions. I detected a few minor variances in performance, but they were minimal and not noticeable in normal use. If you're interested in benchmarks, the Dell came out on top. The Core i7 model I examined, on the other hand, has a GeForce RTX 3060 graphics card, 16 GB of RAM, and a 512 GB SSD. The possibility to upgrade the graphics card to an RTX 3080 sets the X1 Extreme apart as one of the most powerful Windows laptops for video editing. Even the colossal Dell XPS 17 is limited to the RTX 3060. The X1 Extreme's attractive additions include a very fine 1080p webcam and a set of speakers on either side of the keyboard. The speakers are among the best I've heard in a laptop, delivering crisp, clear sounds and a lot of bass with little distortion. All of this comes at a cost. The battery life isn't great. You'll get approximately a full day's work if you just browse the web and edit documents, about 7.5 hours in my testing. However, as soon as you begin editing and displaying video, that number vanishes. That is true of any laptop, so it isn't necessarily a complaint, rather something to consider. When you leave the house, remember to bring your charger. When it came to the performance profile of the ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 4, Lenovo didn't mess around. In the CPU department, you can go up to a Core i9 with V Pro. And in the GPU department, you can go up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Max Q outside of gaming computers. I'm not aware of another 15 or 16-inch laptop that is as powerful. My review device came with a Core i7 processor and an RTX 3060 graphics card, making it more powerful than the Dell XPS 15 and similar to the MSI Creator Z16. Unfortunately, Lenovo provided me with a system that only had one 16 GB RAM stick installed, restricting memory performance to single channel. As we'll see, it had an effect that wasn't immediately apparent. The ThinkPad did admirably in Geekbench 5, trailing just the MSI Creator Z16 and the Dell XPS 15. In our handbrake test, which encodes a 420 megabits video as megapixel 4 in a few seconds, it outperformed the MSI and the Dell by a few seconds. In Cinebench R23, it also outperformed the XPS 15 and the Z16 by a significant margin. So far, everything has gone well. In our comparison group, only the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro with its Ryzen 7 5800H, a fast processor for CPU-intensive applications, stood out. The ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 4 is a significant makeover from Lenovo, which improves the already excellent multimedia laptop in a number of ways. However, there is always opportunity for improvement. One of the most noticeable changes is the aspect ratio, which has been changed from 16 to 9 to 16 to 10. The ThinkPad X1 Extreme is also the first ThinkPad with a 16-inch display, which has a bright future ahead of it. Because the screen on the new model is just larger, it is clearly superior for working. The speakers, which are now situated on the top, and the 1080p webcam are also enhancements.